On the Unstable SMP, there have been many battles where thousands and thousands of players are killed, and it's been making me wonder, how many people are still alive on the server? Yes, I understand that hundreds and hundreds of people join every single day, but every other Wemmbu video, he's killing over 1,000 players, and during the Civil War, the amount of deaths increased significantly, and after Parrot became king, he ordered Cinderest to kill 20,000 of the new players. That is 1/5 of the entire server's population, and I believe all of these deaths are going to heavily affect the next arc. In previous arcs, it's always felt like there's been a limited amount of players to be killed and then recruited for future battles, but unfortunately, things are different now. Cinderest has taken over the server. Parrot is now the king, and from what we've heard, the only people that are going to be left alive are old players that are forced to join Cinderest. Everyone else is either dead, on the run, or, like I said before, forced to join. And if you've watched this series before, that may sound oddly familiar to another certain group of players. Their way of rule ended up being their actual downfall. I'm of course talking about the Mafia, but I'll get more into that later into the video. Like I said earlier, Cinderest killed 20,000 players, more specifically, new players. And the only old players that were kept alive were the ones that joined Cinderest. Cinderest was whittled down to their last 100 people. Even if they do recruit new people, I don't know how many people are actually left alive to join their army. The group of players that heard Lettuce K's speech were all killed in front of Parrot. In FlameFrags' newest video, he visits Market City, which used to be one of the biggest towns in all of Unstable. And now, we can see that it is a complete ghost town. Flame enters the town, finding no players. Only once he makes it to the inner walls, he finds Cinderest guarding the inside. And even in the inner walls, there's not that many players, especially compared to what it used to be. This place used to be bustling with players, but now, ever since Saps became king, that is no longer the case. Because Cinderest traps spawn, no new players are joining the server. And if you're lucky enough to be an old player, and somehow didn't die during the Civil War, then like I said earlier, either join Cinderest or die. No new players are joining to replace the ones that have died. If this trend continues, players, yes, players, could become one of the most valuable resources in all of Unstable. So, not only do I think Cinderest has a lot of similarities to the Mafia, but I honestly think this entire arc as a whole is going to feel like the Mafia arc. During the Mafia arc, the server felt very desolate, and the amount of players that resisted joining the Mafia slowly dwindled till there was only a very small group of players left to fight back. Literally, the last team, the final rebellion to take down the Mafia, was made up of 5 people. Wemmbu, Eggchan, Spoke, Parrot, not Wifies because Wifies was killed or whatever, was that it? Parrot? Did I mention everyone was 5 people, right?
Nope.
In this arc, we're gonna see entire towns and cities completely disappear because there's literally just not enough people. Another example of when we've seen towns with not many people left was the Wheat Civilization. Last time we saw it, the place was completely in ruins and there wasn't that many players left. Even the guy that Wemmbu gave a mace to protect the civilization is gone. Maybe that's how Shoebilly got his mace. This arc is dark. I believe that the lack of players is going to be the fall of Cinderest. Every member of Cinderest that is killed is another person that they cannot replace. They spent the entire Civil War killing every player they thought was in their way. The fastest way to fix this issue would be to, I don't know, let some new players in. But the problem is they built their entire faction on killing and hating new players. Making people fight for a war they don't want to fight and disrespecting the old members of Cinderest isn't a great combination. The only reason Cinderest got power in the first place was by using strong players to win wars. For example, Shoebilly seems to genuinely hate the new players, and I could actually see him betraying along with other members if Saps were to actually do that. The lack of trust alone could be Cindercrest's downfall, but there's still one more stronger factor that's gonna come into play. Parrot X2! The player who led a resistance strong enough to take down the Mafia, and not only that, but also the law. And if anyone's gonna take down Cindercrest, it's gonna be Parrot. That's pretty obvious. But how is he gonna do it? Many of Parrot's old allies are still alive. Players like Horse and Faimata weren't killed in the Civil War, and if they weren't imprisoned, they're likely being forced to work under Cindercrest's rule. If Parrot is able to find a way to contact them, they can easily feed him information, which will definitely be helpful in taking them down. And when Parrot does finally make a new team, I think it'll be a different group of players. FlameFrags said he's pretty much done for fighting for other people. Wemmbu is going to be off fighting the Invis assassin, most likely, and Spoke is literally trapped in hell right now. I also do think if anyone is going to help Parrot fight the war, it's most likely going to be Spoke, but we'll just have to wait till Spoke uploads again, and that's a theory for another video anyway. One last time, let's take a look back at the Invis Mafia, and how they gained power, controlled the entire server, to instantly losing everything, and how silly old Cindercrest is making the same exact mistake. The Mafia gained power by forcing every single player in the server to join their army, and once there wasn't anyone else left to recruit, everyone turned against them, including the people in the Mafia. There was no trust, no community, people did not enjoy fighting for them, and after that, pretty much everything fell apart. And that is exactly what is going to happen to Cindercrest / Saparata's kingdom, or whatever. Saparata built Cindercrest up by using lies and brute force, and at this point, I don't even think he cares about the cause he's fighting for. I think he just wants power, and once all the players realize he's just another tyrant trying to rule the server, everything will collapse. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the summer, so if you subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. And let me know what else you guys want me to make in the comments. I do have some ideas. I'm just waiting for the other members to upload. I don't want to post anything that gets instantly proven the second it posted, or disproven, so yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.